Welcome to this look at a fantastic new mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. I'm here on Alpenhill. This is by BlackpatModding, 390.61 megabytes download. I'm going to be controversial here. In my opinion, this is the map that Erlengratt should have been. I'm just putting it out there. This is a cracking map. There are 16 required mods that download automatically. There are a couple of extra bits that have been put in by the map makers in under build mode. No vehicles or machinery. Slot count on all three game modes is 1,590. I'll talk about that when we get to the main farm. Let's have a look at the map because it looks like this. It feels very big. There's a lot of you can do a kind of route round a circuit. The landscape is staggering. I mean, absolutely staggering. They always say, if you want to change the attitude, change the altitude. I mean, that's generally speaking for cars. That's for lowering car suspension. But it works on here because it is, oh, I mean, I don't know how to describe it. It's just phenomenal. So we start with the main farm here, plot 92. That field here, that field here. But we do start ourselves, that's what we own, but we do start here. So what I'm going to do on foot, I'm going to take in these ones, then I'm going to jump to the main farm, do the main farm, then we'll do the route round. We do have two other farms. We've got plot 90 and we've got plot 91 over here. The verges, periphery of the map, let's click on that, is free. So all of that can be purchased for nothing. I mean, technically it's a purchase, isn't it? It's been gifted to you. And there's a couple of other little plots. 102, which is just there. We've got 104, which is just there. I did click on 108, but it didn't make any difference. But 104, we'll see when we get to it. 103 is the biogas plant. Now, that's one of those ones where you can buy the land separately. If you buy the biogas plant, you don't get the land, which is an interesting one. So you can buy the biogas plant, run it as happy as you want, but if you do want to have the land to make some changes, add things in, you'll need to buy the land separately on that. Field prices, as you can see, we've got small to mediums, so field price is not too expensive. We haven't got particularly large fields because of the terrain. This is going to be one of those ones that it's going to be a tricky one depending on what vehicles and machinery and tractors and stuff you're operating, because it is incredibly, I mean, mountainous. I mean, hilly is not even the right word for it, mountainous, but it is a brilliant, brilliant map. So don't be put off by that. It is well worth having a look at. Traffic on here is also amazing, really immersive. The types of vehicles and machinery and equipment that are driving around the map, absolutely brilliant. So we're talking about build mode now, get that out of the way. We go down to silos. So other than the 16 required mods added in here under silos, we've got bale storage 600 pieces. We've got a hayloft at 2 million litres. If we go to tools, we have got a vehicle workshop added in by the map maker. What else have we got? Under factories, a lot of the factories have been adjusted and changed, so I will be putting some money in so we can purchase those as we go along. So under factories, we've got a whole load of factories, including an apple juice press. We've got the biogas plant, we've got apple trees, we've got a fish farming that's been put in by the map maker as well, which is wonderful. If we go to animals, under cows, we have got a couple here, Alpenhill, that have been put in. Under horses, there was nothing. Pigs, nothing. Sheep we have, and chickens we have been put in, again on top of the required mods. Under decoration, there wasn't anything. Landscaping, we had some extra painting textures, but we had nothing under trees or plants either. But we've got a few extra textures in there. So that's the build mode low. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hop the fence and whiz down here. So the first little bit is on foot. I will do what I always do. I'll show you where we are on the map, where we've been on the map. We've got carpentry just down here. I haven't put any money in yet. I hope this isn't too expensive. 60 grand. So furniture wood, furniture planks, that's fairly standard. That's not too bad. So carpentry is our first stop. We hop the fence and go back up. It's interesting we start here because it's not a main farm. There's not a sleep trigger here. There's a lovely little old tractor going around the map. It makes this lovely little pop, 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 pop sounds as it goes. Oh, it's really, really well done. I like it. So whiz round to here. We've got, this is what's this called? House sale early. So sale point just here. And then if we come out from here, oh, actually it was over the back. Keep going again. We've got a bakery. As far as I can tell, it's a standard bakery, but we have got a bakery just here. And if we come out of here and go over the fence again, I know we're just cutting across people's gardens. There's a little footpath that we're going to find. I'm sure it's out here. It is out here somewhere. But it's, all this is just... Now this is set in Austria, Carinthia. I think BlackpatModding's done 3 different maps so far. I'd love to go to Austria. It's one of those places. One of my best friends went years ago, and he said it's just how you imagine it. You know, chateaus, castles on hills, and that kind of, like Switzerland, that chocolate box kind of feel to it. I'd love to go. Anyway, down to here we've got the dairy. This is the, is it Tyrolean? Anyway, it's one of the required mods. We have a dairy here, but this is only for cheese. So you can bring your milk here and you can produce cheese at the dairy. So I'll go back to our map and I'll show you where we are. So we started here. Well, we started here in this garden, did the carpentry, did that one there, house so early, bakery, walked across here, and we are now at the dairy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump to the farm. We're going to go around the farm, grab a vehicle, and we will head off. As you can see, it's pretty packed, and the map gets more packed as we go around and we open up more farms, etc. So I will see you momentarily. I stand before you at a fork in the road. And we are here at the farm. So on the entrance to the farm, there is a track that runs to the farm. There's a track that runs just up to here. We're going to sort of, we'll get around all of it, but we're going to the main farm. So apple trees, on the previous map, I think, was it Carinthia? There were lots of little plots that had the apple trees on. The main farms have the apple trees on now. So here at the main farm, and on New Farmer, you start with this farm. We've already seen that. So you do start with, I think it's 8 apple trees, and these are production. So if we go to our productions menu here, you'll see the apple trees there. So it's just water, and then well, water and manure. It's up to you which one. You can do water on its own, water and manure, and apples out is what you're going to get from it. So that's your orchard here at the start farm. If we come into the main farmyard area, we've got the start of our equipment. We've got cultivators, we've got sprayers, grasswork equipment, trailer, we've got a fuel point, we have got a little bit of forestry equipment here as well. We have got our pig pen. Pig pen here holds 10. We come across here, we've got more storage area. We do have a Lintner tractor to start off with. We have got our seeder, we've got fertilizer spreader, slurry tank, header. There's loads of stuff, honestly. Open that up. Tractor with front loader gear on it as well there. We've got manure point for the cow barn, which we're going to get to momentarily, but what I'm going to do is, actually we're going to whiz through the back of here. Silage clamps just here. Now what I will say, there's a lot of, because there's the additional, is it decoration pack, one of the required mods, there's a lot of decoration at the farms, but all of the decoration, all of the buildings at all 3 farms can be removed. So when I said the slot count was 1,590, if you remove all the vehicles and machinery you start with, and if you remove all the buildings at all of the farms, including the decoration, fences can be removed as well. I got the slot count down to 1,127. This farm will look like this. So up here on this hillside, we've got bale and pallet storage. This is 600. Bottom right says there, total capacity 600. So this is one of the modded ones. Over here, we've got our sheep. This will do 40, and then we've got a hayloft. I think that's the modded one that's been put in by the map maker. That's a 2 million litre hayloft just there. If we come back around the side, we'll go past the silage clamps, and then we come to the cow barn. Now, this is cow barn with silo, so this holds, I think it was 500,000 litres, 500,000 litre silo. And if we open these doors here, you will see you're in and you're out for your silo. Just there. We come around the back. We've got a sleep trigger and wardrobe trigger just here. We've got a chicken pen around the back. Just here. 360. And if we come across here, we have got silo, multi-fruit, that's a 2 million litre silo as well. All these sorts of things, these are all decorative objects. So if you do start removing buildings, like I say, some maps you get that point, you can get all the buildings away, but then you can't remove the decorative objects. They are all removable, everything is, which is absolutely brilliant. When we come across here, we've got our cow barn built in here which holds 80 cows, but if we come out and over the back here, these are really well laid out. And what I'm saying about this map as well, it feels very immersive, very realistic the way it's done. We've got a pasture down here, I think this is 45. Again, this can be removed as well if you want to. So that's the cow pasture just here. That's the main farm. But this map is not at all, there's no clunkiness in it at all. It is really well put together. It all blends together seamlessly. It has a very, very natural feel. There are a couple of bits on the map where I'm going to skip bits of journey. I'll show you on the map where we are. This first bit I'm not going to though, because this is one of those ones where you kind of look at the map and you can look at the topography, you know, you can look at it and say, okay, you know, this is the map. And even if you had contour lines, you can sort of see what the contour is going to be like. But when you actually see it, and you can see the sweep of the hills and that kind of stuff, which is really, really cool. But it's one of those ones, I turned a corner in the tractor and it was that, whoa, you know, you just, that's, wow, you know, I really like it. So anyway, from the main farm, we're going to head off and let's get around the map. This is one of those ones that is packed with stuff. So, like I said, I may skip a couple of bits here and there. If I go quiet and stop talking while I'm driving, it may be because I'm going to edit a bit out if I need to. So, as I said, traffic that's driving around is incredible, but also this sort of thing. Look at that. That is just... And the switchback in the road as well, the way it's done. Really, really cool. But as I said, whilst it is incredibly cool, and it is incredibly cool, you can imagine bringing tractors up with loads on. It's either going to be an incredibly slow drive, or you're going to need a bit of horsepower. I mean, even with a bit of horsepower, some of these hills, they're steep. This made me laugh earlier actually. There was 3 or 4 tractors like in a convoy, like they were going from the manufacturer out somewhere. It was yeah. But I like it. I like that. So I've got to stop doing that. When I was editing the other day, when we were away on holiday with MrSealyp, and she kept looking up. I said, "What's the matter?" She said, "You've said so about 4 times." I was like, "Oh, okay." And it was like right on top of each other. So I've got to stop doing that. Right, continuing down, we're going to the biogas plant. There's going to be a couple of bits as well when I said about skipping bits of journey. There's going to be a couple of bits where I cut across. Again, it's just for speed, it's just so we can get around. I hope in what we're doing you'll get a feel for the map, and that's all you can do on the map tour, is give people a feel for the map, what it's like, and then coming on and searching around yourself. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of forestry on here. If forestry's not your thing, it doesn't matter. There's plenty of farmland, so you can just get on with your farming if you don't want to do forestry. But there's plenty of forestry to be done, and it gives it that real alpine feel. It's, you know, it just works very well. So biogas plant, as I said, the land is purchased separately. I think the land was only 50 something grand, wasn't it, when I clicked on it? Biogas plant is a 500, was it 500 kilowatt? Oh, I didn't put any money in. Right, bear with me, I need to put some money in. I'm going to put some government subsidy signs in, because I'm going to need that to buy this. But we have come from our main farm here, followed this track round and then the road. We've swept down here, followed this road round, and we are here. So like I said, we can purchase that plot of land, 54 grand, and the biogas plant, if you buy it, you don't get the land, so you have to buy it separately. Bear with me. Okay then, so biogas plant. I'm buying it and certain ones as we go around because this one takes some extra stuff. So we've got silage, slurry, manure and sugar beet cut, which is standard, and then this one takes chaff as well. But outgoing, got electric charge, methane and digestate. So this is not a standard biogas plant. There's some extra things in here. So I've bought that just to show you the extra bits. But like I say, if you buy the land as well, you've got all this space for activities, which is always wonderful. Can't knock that. Right, back to the road. I've got to try and remember the routes. Now, this, I always say when I do a map tour, when you've got a map that's got a lot of required mods, this is not a mod review. So whilst I will click on the items and show you them, I'm not reviewing them, I'm not telling you capacities and things like that. They will have been, if I've reviewed them all, it depends. But there are some pretty cool additions on here. So if we turn down here, first one we come to is lime fertilizer. What was it? I wrote it all down. Lime fertilizer, salt, herbicide, and seed production. That's this facility just here to our side. So we click on this here to purchase it for 80 grand. Click on that. So we got stones to lime, silage to solid fertilizer digestate, stones to road salt and water to herbicide, solid fertilizer and wheat, solid fertilizer and barley, solid fertilizer and oats, solid fertilizer and soybean, solid fertilizer and corn, all of those to seed. So a few different productions available here. Across the way we've got spinnery. This is just a spinnery for wool, it's not a spinnery for cotton. I think because of the landscape as well, it's predominantly going to be sort of sheep. So that will only do wool. If you want to do one for cotton as well, yeah, just double checked. Cotton is not showing as a crop. Sugarcane is, interestingly, but cotton isn't. Right, from here. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Let's do that. Gives us a bit more mobility. We're going to need that later on. Showing the agility of the Lintner. So I said we're going to cut across a couple of little bits here and there. Bear with me. So, just down through there you might see there's a little blue disc just round behind that building. So we've got a sale point there. That's sale market. We've then got pellet sale. Which is just here on the left. Pellet sale just there. We've got a gas station just up around the back over there. Through the trees. Just over there. There is a jet wash there as well. So gas station is just over there. We've then got the fire station. And this was plot 104 that I said about. So it's interesting in the description it says if you want the fire station it's part of the farmland that can be purchased, but it's not, it's actually separate. 102 and you have to pay for that. That's 5,100. So if you buy that like that, you do have access then to the fire station. So if you want to operate the fire station, you want to use the emergency services pack or something like that, you absolutely can. Fire station is just there. There's a workshop actually in the end bit as well, so if you buy that you get the workshop. We've then got, I'm sure it's firewood sale, where are we? Sale firewood, that's just here on the left. If we cut back in here, we've got the tailors just there. That's a fairly standard tailor as far as I can tell. And then we have got Sunview, which is a sale point, the Sunview Hotel. Now this is where on the map there's a couple of curiosities here and there. Because we've got a few of these dotted around, and one of the required mods is self-marketing. So we've got a self-marketing sale point just here, but if we go to our map, you'll see there's no blue icon. So I thought, well, maybe it's because it's on the verges, you know. So if we buy that for 0, which we can do that, and that doesn't appear, doesn't come up. However, that does, which is interesting. So the self-marketing is not showing, but over here, we've got a garden plot that popped up. So we've got a little garden here. If you want to use it, you can. That's the only one that pops up when you buy the extra, the verges on the map, which is, I thought I was curious. But there are, I think there are 3 or 4 self-marketing buildings around the map. I have written them down in red, so hopefully I won't miss them. But just to say, look, it's there if you want to use it as a sell point. From here then, back out to the main road, and then we're going to take the turn. Nearly crunched into a harvester. That wouldn't have done well, would it? So up this little track here, and up here we've got a bale, sell point, and the animal dealer just here. So if I open the gate and come in, bale sell point is just here, animal dealer is just around the side. And again, I know it's a modded one, but it's that it doesn't feel contrived. It doesn't feel like it's just, you know, it fits seamlessly into the landscape, and I like that. So where are we and where are we heading? So we've gone around all of these. I've come out of there and up here, and we are at this point here. So we did those originally. That was kind of why I want to do it this way around. Now we're going to take this drive up here. Now this route, when I get to here, I'm going to cut across here into the trees to this point. Otherwise, the drive takes you all the way out, and you've got to do a loop. It goes, I mean, it goes miles all the way around. You might be able to cut across there to come all the way back down to here. So I'm going to cut across when we get to this point here, but it will take us to this point here, which is production pellets. So I'm going to head down the road, and I will see you when we get to production pellets. And I was initially thinking, oh, you know what, I'll leave that bit of the journey in, but my brain is also saying, I think people are kind of, you know, you're getting a feel for the landscape. I mean, it is glorious. I just suddenly noticed something. Oh, listen. Oh, I love it. Love it. It may get an update. Just saying. It might not, but it might. I didn't notice that when I was coming around earlier. So as I'm coming across this back bit, I thought the elevation change has been quite dramatic, and I'll swing round so you can kind of get a look. Look at that. This is one of those maps, trying to find a thumbnail. Every corner you turn, every time you turn round and look back, the landscape is glorious. And how many of those adjectives do I use? There've been a few maps lately where when you put the map tour up, it's like stunning, glorious, you know. Anyway, pellet production, just here. So we've got wood pellets, wood chip pellets, straw pellets. So wood in, wood chips in, straw in, and pellets come out. That's our pellet production. We've already seen there's a pellet sell point in the little town itself. If we come back to the map, so we are now here. We're going to follow this road up, and we're going to turn up here, because it's going to take us to plot 90. Plot 90 is Hof 1. It was the extra. There were 2 extras. So if I click on that now and we buy that, 111,720. You're going to see now. Watch this. Do that and that. Oh, blimey. Yeah. And it's like that everywhere. I'm surprised because technically each of the apple trees is a production. So I'm surprised it hasn't hit the production limit. I don't know how it hasn't hit the production limit, because there are so many. All 3 farms, the orchards, the apple trees, and there are other productions as well around the map. I really am quite surprised. And then we are still climbing. And there are churches and little buildings, and like I said, there's so much to investigate. It doesn't actually mention, you know what, I should check that too. It doesn't mention collectibles. So let's have a look. No, nothing's showing there for collectibles. I was going to say, that's normally one way of really looking around the map and searching. If you go on a bit of a collectibles hunt, you get to experience a map, you know, and find all this stuff, and it's, you know. If I miss anything, I do apologise. It's one of those maps that's packed full of stuff, and there is always a potential for missing stuff. Now we've got another self-marketing coming up here on the right, which isn't shown on the map. If you look bottom left, you can see our map, and we have bought all of the extra. So there's a self-marketing just there, and again all these lovely little buildings and so up to the farm. I hope I don't miss anything. And I'm going to do a sneaky little route round. That's why I said about the Lintner being agile, because we're going to go up through the forest up the top. So I'm going to stop here and leave the engine running. So sleep trigger and wardrobe trigger just here at the second farm. We come across here. We've got some storage space all in here, which are at the first farm. We do come across here and we've got our chickens, 80 of. Then we sweep down the hillside and we've got all of our apple trees. So we've got another apple orchard. Down here, loads of apple trees here at the apple orchard. If we carry a bit further along, we've got bale and pallet storage, 600, just there. And then we have got a cow pasture just here out on the side for 45. If we come back up to the yard, and again, doesn't it just fit really nicely? It just not clunky in any way, shape or form. So we did the chickens, we come around the back of here. Or was it around the front? I can't remember now. We've got the cow barn itself. Yeah, we come through the middle of the cow barn. Just here. Cows at 45. So we've got the pasture and the barn. We come across here. We've got pigs at 10. There we go. 2 million litre clamp. 2 million litre hayloft. Tucked away just there. It's just building storage. I think that's all the bits in there. Like I say, if I miss anything, there's any little grain side, not silos, but seed silos or anything, apologies. We come up here, and we've got 2 silage clamps tucked away in the trees just up here. Over to the right. We've got our sheep just here to the left. 40. And then to our right, we've got 4 large greenhouses. So 4 large greenhouses out to the side there. I'm going back to the map. Like I say, I hope I haven't missed anything. It is pretty cluttered with stuff. Hayloft did that, farm silo did the pasture, did the apple trees, bale storage, chickens. Yeah, I think we covered all that. So what I'm going to do now, again, the route back is back to the main road. Follow this road all the way around, up that track round and come into this bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to nip through the woodland up the top to get us to the next couple of points, the sell point and a production. I'm going to zoom right in because I don't want to hit any tree trunks as we go around. I've got an all-wheel steer. That should make life a little bit easier. We've got a lovely lake to our right, right to our left-hand side. I've come to the right place, I think so, yeah. Perfect, there we go. So, zoom back out again. So, just to our left-hand side there, we have got, what was this one? This was the restaurant. So we've got a restaurant tucked away up in the trees up by the lake. So restaurant sale point is just there. And we come through here to fish farming, which is just here. Now there are some fish farming mods, but this one has been put in by the map maker. So this is not an additional mod. So buy fish farming, fish. It requires corn, mineral feed, wheat, potatoes and barley, and we get fishes out, which are being fished and collected from the lovely lake that runs all the way around us just here. So back to the map again. So we are now here. So what I need to do now is come back out. Now we came through the tree, so we haven't done this route round. So I'm going to do this route round down here. I'm going to cut across, and we're going to do these, and then we're going to come to plot 91, which is the next farm, which has got a whole load more stuff on it as well. So I will actually no, we'll do the route. Let's go. It is quite possible. I'm just looking around now. Every time I'm seeing a little building somewhere, I'm thinking that could be a self-marketing because there's not any blue icons, blue discs showing. Potentially, it could be. So come up on our left, you can just see the blue disc behind the building. This is Alpe's, and it's Alpe's bale purchase. So they're buying from you. You don't buy bales. And country trade, yeah, country trade. Alpe's bale purchase and country trade are both sell points just here. Then next to that, we've got the sawmill. I'm going to cut across because otherwise it means taking the road all the way around. Like I said, it makes more sense doing this. Now this one, I've got, oh, I'm just thinking, did I put it on? I've got platinum expansion enabled. Simply because when I clicked on this without it enabled, let's buy that and do that, it said on the left hand side wood planks, wood beams, planks and prefab wall. But on the right hand side it was only showing planks and wood chips. So okay, the fact it's showing those, this is already pre-set up for platinum expansion. So when I've come back in now to record, I've got platinum expansion selected and enabled, and that's what it's showing: wood beam, planks long, prefab wall. So this sawmill is already sort of prepared for that. We're going to come out the back of the sawmill. I'm going to cut up the road here. You'll see why. I'll show you on the map again in a moment, because we need the track that runs up from here. It should bring us out. Oh, that's something I was going to point out. All of these posts, unless you're on multiplayer, these posts that are by the side of the road, they all have collisions. Ask me how I know. So, from here, we're going to head up. Now, just off to the left there, one of the buildings just up here is a self-marketing. Like I say, there's so many little clusters of buildings like this. So there you go, that little shed there just tucked away. That's self-marketing, so another sell point, but it's not showing on the map. So there may be more of those dotted around. I also tried, because when I was trying to get the slot count down, when I was testing that slot count thing, because I've bought the Verges now, and that self-marketing I've just shown you is sitting around here. I tried to delete, like uninstall it, remove it. It wouldn't let me. So demolish, not delete, is the word I was looking for. So we are coming up on plot 91, the third of the farms, and as you can imagine, there's quite a few triggers that are going to appear up here. Silage clamps off to the right. Then we come up the hill to the farm itself, and we'll drive in because I'm going to do another dodgy route out again. So we are here at plot 91. Click on that. 86,000. So let's say prices aren't that expensive when you consider what you're getting. All of that on there, it's not too bad at all, is it really? So sleep and wardrobe trigger is just here. Over here we've got a pasture for 45 cows. We have got a little garden plot. We have a little allotment just there. We've got all of our apple trees, so we've got another orchard scattered across the back of here. I think there are less at this one, but we do have them. Storage space. This is a silo. This is a 250,000 litre silo. Then to the side here, we've got our sheep at 40. Silo, 2 million litre multi-fruit just there. More storage just here. Storage for front loader gear just there. More barn space across the back there. Manure heap. Pigs, 10. Our cow barn, if we whiz round here. Another manure heap. Fuel point. I've missed the cow barn trigger. Yeah, haven't I? There we go. Just in here. So cow barn for 45. So the 45 and 45 for the cow barn and the pasture. Come back out through there past the fuel. Chickens just here at 360. And then round the back of here we have a silo for seed, which can be refilled by an outside contractor if you haven't already got the production running that does the seed, fertilizer, herbicide, all those kind of things. So again, I think I've covered everything. Hayloft. Did I say silo? I meant hayloft. Sorry, hayloft, 250,000 is not silo, that building there. So what we're going to do now is cut through the trees to get down to the road. Otherwise, again, it's another long winding route around. All this lintner. It's a good bit of kit in it. Let's zoom back out again. So where are we? We're down at this road here. We've got a bit of a drive now, so we're going to wind down there, round there, up to here, to the sugar mill. To our left, sugar mill. As far as I can tell, it's a standard one. Nothing that stands out more from there. But this bit I am going to skip because we've got to drive from here now. We've got to drive all the way through here, all the way down there, all the way around there until we get to this point here. So I will see you at this point just there. Okay, turning in here. Come up the hill. Swing around. I know it says stop, it's okay. Don't worry. We've got special dispensation. We've got the vehicle shop and workshop. And around the side there we've got a gas station there, so we've got a gas point there as well. So vehicle shop, workshop, trigger and gas station. This is also the reset point on the map, so if anything goes wrong or you just want to reset something back in, you absolutely can. We come through to this point here. What I love on this is the translation for this is absolutely fabulous. So over the side there we've got agricultural trade, that's just a sell point, and these two are buy points. We've got a buy point for slurry and a buy point for manure. If I back out the way, let's go to the map and I'll show you. So we come all the way down here. So done the vehicle shop. This one, fine. This one, crap purchase. It just made me laugh. I know it's childish, I know, but just when I read it on the thing, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's crap purchase. That's manure. So from here, back out to the road. Swing it around. We're going out to the right. Yes, we are. I do like the fact I didn't show you, I think, in the town itself, but if we turn down here first, the little ponds, I know the one in the village had ducks and fish in it. So we've got fish in this one? Oh no, the one in the town did. Oh no, hang on. Oh no, that's ducks, right. I'm sure it had ducks and fish, but anyway. It's another one, it's just a nice little feature in it, really. So we come down the hill. This was that other plot I was talking about. Small plot, and there's not an icon shown on the map, but it's just a little plot on its own. Just down here. So this is the biomass power plant, and if we go to our map, so we are this little plot here, 104. Like I said, 108, that's got a couple of bits on it, but I did purchase it and nothing additional popped up. But anyway, this one, 104, we buy that, not very expensive, that and that. The trigger comes up, come around to the side here. So wood chips and straw, and it produces electricity, which gets sold automatically as far as I'm aware. So that's that, biomass power plant. Come back up the hill. Back onto here. This is where when I was doing my prep, the 3 tractors came in a little convoy and they came up around this yard, did a circuit around the yard and came back out again. It just made me smile. I thought it was really cool. So this one here, we've got firewood processor just here. Do that. So firewood, let's put wood in, firewood out, very nice. Across the way, for all of those orchards we've got our apple juice factory just here, 80 grand. So apple juice being produced, water and apples in, apple juice out. And across the way, we've got a grain mill. Standard grain mill, standard crop types in, flour out. Pretty straightforward. Lovely job. So from here then, we've got one more place to go to. So we are now at this point here. We're going to come back onto the main road and we're going to drive all the way around there because the little track for it comes back on itself there, and that will bring us to the final dairy. So the first dairy we went to was the one that was just cheese. This is a proper, I say proper dairy, you know what I mean. This dairy is the one that will do your butter, cheese and chocolate. Mind blanked. Special kind of mind wipe, and I will reiterate again, apologies if I've missed anything. There's a lot on the map, there's a lot of, I really like this because of the sweep in the train, because it has that very, I don't know, I've gone on about it, I really have, but I just think it works really well. We've had a few different maps that have been a sort of Alpine inspired, this sort of feel to it. I think this one does it. I'm not saying it's the only one that does it really well, but this one does it really well. So, the main farm that we started is up there on the hillside. And here we come to the final point. Turn the inch off now. By the production point. And there we go. Butter, cheese and chocolate at the dairy just here. Back to our map. And like I say, as far as I can tell, that's it. That's the map. That's Alpenhill by BlackpatModding. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.